Hello and welcome. Today I want to review Living World Season 1, Episodes 1 and 2 for Guild Wars 2. Now, Living World Season 1 was gone for a long time and came back literally as I was playing this game in bits and pieces. Episode 1 was very interesting and introduced me to some very fun characters that I'm really looking forward to seeing as we continue forward. And Episode 2 introduced me to the Ether Blades and everything going on there. And I want to talk about each of these individually. I think that I'd been told by a lot of people that moving from the core story, things just got better and better moving into the Living World seasons. And Living World Season 1, right off the bat, introduces me to Rox and to Bram. And I found Rox immediately likable. Really, just right off the bat, loved Rox. Bram took me a little bit longer to get going, but I like Bram. I have some issues with Bram, but we'll see how things continue forward. But right now, I like Bram. But Rox just immediately won me over. And what I really liked about these is they felt contained while also tying into everything else. Now, I had already done the story instance in Fractals, and so it kind of surprised me when that was where we were in the story, but it made sense. And I really enjoyed going through the hatchery and rescuing the Steaders with Bram, and going through the hatchery with Rox, and then going into that base and figuring out everything there, getting the bits and pieces of story about Bram's dad, and Rox getting nice little companion there, a new pet, despite the fact that she didn't want one. And it really was on the characters and the mechanics of the fight for this first episode, and I found the mechanics of the fight to be really, really solid. I thought that taking down that core and having to balance around that was really good. I didn't realize until too late that there was an achievement tied to finding all the hidden mining nodes, and so I will have to redo it at some point to get those. But I really enjoyed that fight, having to survive and dodge everything while taking out the enemies with Rox and Bram backing me up. It felt really cool, and honestly, that's what I want out of it. I didn't as much enjoy the fight in Sky Pirates at the end. Again, I did that one in Fractals before I did the episode as well, so I knew what to do, but I still thought the fight was a bit more of just, hey, hurry up and wait, compared to with Flame and Frost. The fight is that, but also you have a bunch of other mechanics to deal with, whereas in this one it was kind of just the cannons and sometimes some ads. However, I really enjoyed the Etherblade base in 2. I thought that one was really fun, and that's where I think the story really started to pick up. Much as I like Rox and Bram, that was kind of all that was going on there. You had to save the people, and there was some intrigue because the girl that Bram likes is gone, and nobody knows where she is, and we kind of don't get any resolution on that other than just, well, yeah, she's around here somewhere, I guess. But for the most part, what interested me in that first episode in Flame and Frost was Bram and Rox, and mostly Rox, and getting to know what's going on with Rox, and not getting the answer to Rox's backstory, which I'll assume I'll get at some point with explosives. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Whereas in episode 2, in Sky Pirates, it definitely seemed not just characters, but also like setup. There was good story here. We get introduced to Marjorie. We get introduced to Casimir. We get introduced to the Ether Blades again, and everything going on there with the festival and the mystery and trying to figure everything out with the Tassie, and I found all of that incredibly enjoyable. I was glued to my seat. I wanted to know what came up next. I wanted to see what was going to happen. And I thought the dungeon was really solid. I thought that the fights against the Ether Blades and the situations we got into there were pretty good. I really liked that lab instance. Again, I had already done it in a Fractal, so I kind of knew what to do, but I thought it was very enjoyable. The mechanics there are really solid. And at the end of the day, I really liked these 2 episodes. I especially liked that I got them for free and didn't have to pay for them like I did with Living World Season 2, which I guess I'm going to go ahead and start up Living World Season 2, because the rest of the episodes of Living World Season 1 are still to be announced or to be dated. We know they're coming, but we don't know when. So I guess I'll just keep moving forward. But it's kind of a shame because I really enjoyed these, and I'd like to experience as much of the story linearly as I can, but we just don't know when they're coming. and I really don't want to wait. I'm excited to get into Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire and End of Dragons and figure out everything going on there. But let me know your thoughts on Flame and Frost and Sky Pirates. I'm sure people that have played the rest of the game have more thoughts on these because they know these characters and now you're getting to go back and play where these characters come from. But as it is right now, I like these characters and I can't wait to see more of them. So let me know your thoughts. Until next time, I've been Trey. This has been the Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum. Guild Wars 2 has to offer.